music at all, no.
What about trying to convey your messages to the other members of your band, Tawny Shannon and Chris Layton?
Well, there's times when I've been able to use a Fostex 4-track recorder, a cassette machine, and I just play everything and play it for them.
And what do they do after that?
They go for it. They floor it.
And they sort of just pick up on what you're doing?
Yeah.
That sounds different.
Yeah.
Obviously, it works really well, too.
That's right. Them guys are great.
Yeah. What about your influence working with David Bowie?
Well, that was a lot of fun doing the record. He knows exactly what he's doing in the studio, and it was a lot of fun.
See, what about fishing? I understand you're quite a fisherman, too. You going to do any while you're out here?
Oh, I don't know about that. I'll try.
Yeah, you're just mentioning you don't usually pick up too much. What do you usually fish for, anyway?
Whatever bites. Just whatever bites me.
I see. People often compared you to Jimi Hendrix in your musical styles, you know, the way you play your guitar. What do you think about that? How do you feel?
Well, I like Jimi Hendrix a lot. I'm flattered by people thinking that I do things that sound something similar to him, but I'm not a fool. I know that there's only one Jimi Hendrix in the world, and he's already been here, and I'm just doing my best to keep him going on.
What about your career? It's really shot up over the last year and a half, 2 years, really out of the blue for North Americans, Canadians especially, because you're playing down in Texas. What do you feel about it?
Well, I'm having a blast. I don't know about y'all, but I'm having fun.
What do you think sparked it especially?
Oh, Mr. John Hammond helped a lot.
Right.
Mr. John Hammond helped so much, it's ridiculous.
What was your favorite kind of music when you were a kid growing up?
Rhythm and blues, Lonnie Mack, Muddy Waters, Howlin' Wolf, Buddy Guy, B.B. King, Albert Collins, on and on.
Was that just because your brother Jimmy had a lot of those records at home and you used to fool around with them too?
That was just part of it. That's what got me started. You know, that's what got me started, but I had my own knack for it.
I see. When did you pick up your first guitar?
Oh, 1963.
What brings you out to a festival like this?
Go play. Go have some fun.
That sounds good. Thanks very much. What about, for one last question, what about Gregg Allman? Quite an influence, especially down in southern blues rock. What do you feel about him?
He's all right, man. He's all right.
Want to expand on that at all?
I thought I did.
Okay, that's terrific. Thanks very much. Appreciate it.
All right.
Okay. Okay, we'll let you get back in there.
Get one for Danny, D-A-N.
Gregg, basically the Gregg Allman of the 1970s was considered a forerunner in the blues rock era. Basically in the industry, you've been considered a leader, a preserver of that music style, one who's really carried it into the late 1970s, all the way through the decade, now into the 80s. How has the music industry changed since the 1970s when you started to play?
Well, there's a lot of real strange type music coming out nowadays, you know, new wave, punk, but, you know, that's not in my my corner of the music world. The blues, just like jazz, just like country, it'll never die, you know. I mean, that's what America has, you know. And bluegrass, country, and rock and roll, and jazz. And that's what we plan to keep on doing, you know. It might evolve like it has now, but basically what it is.
So you don't think it's going to affect your music at all throughout the 1980s, these new styles of music?
We won't have it.
What about the overall audience from the 1970s through the 80s? How have they changed?
They still love to get out and boogie, you know. I mean, people like a real variety of things, you know. I mean, I look out there and I see people that were at the Fillmore and they got their kids with them, you know. But yeah, I'm glad that I've held up this well under it all, you know.
What about the 1970s was considered a very freedom sort of movement, a lot of sharing and things like that. 1980s people are considered a little more conservative. Do you notice that in your concerts at all?
Not Not really. Just people, you know, come out to get away from all that, you know. They come out to get away from the system, the everyday thing, you know. They come out just to let it out, especially out here in a thing like this, you know. We're out here 10 miles from nowhere, and people just come let their hair down, and it's good that we can come out and play them some good old honest rock and roll.
What brings you out to Beaver Dam Lake specifically?
They called us and we came.
What about basically being influenced by the Southern blues and music or blues style of music throughout your whole lifetime? You've been sought after, been sort of copied by some people. How do you feel about people that sort of follow after you?
Well, I can take that as nothing but a compliment, you know, because, I mean, I followed after people, you know, B.B. King, Howlin' Wolf, Little Milton Campbell, and Bobby Bland. Hell, I could go on forever, you know.
As a veteran in the music industry, how do you feel about people such as Stevie Ray Vaughan, for example?
I think he's dynamite. Dynamite. One of my favorite.
What can we assume from Gregg Allman in the near future? What are you up to next, generally?
Well, I got me an all-new band now. It's taken me 2 years now to put it together. And it's, of course, the foundation is going to be Allman Brothers, right? Because I was an Allman Brother, right? And just a lot more original stuff, and we're working on an album now. We got about 11 cuts done, which is more than enough for an album, but we're waiting for the right record deal, and so they can be looking for a record. So I think.
Yeah, I was just going to ask, maybe when can we expect that record to be out?
Well, it's hard to put a time on it, you know. It's like it'd be hard for me to tell you the name of it now. It's like 2 or 3 tentative names for it, but if I told you one and it was something else, I would look kind of strange.
All right. Well, thanks very much. I appreciate it. We're looking forward to seeing you on stage.
Pleasure's mine.
Okay. Thank you very much. Do appreciate it greatly. And make sure you have a good time on stage, okay?